Naples Tower, this is helicopter 357 Lima Hotel requesting Humber taxi to spot Charlie with Alpha.
Okay guys, so welcome back to the Skunk Works. Rob here, and this is part 3 of the official beginner's guide to the Blade SR. And what I've done in the meantime is I went ahead and I took in your little accessories miscellaneous package that I showed you in the last video. You find your loop and hook material, your Velcro. What I did was I went ahead and I put the hook material on the helicopter here. I used the alcohol pad first to wipe this down, let it dry, and then put it on. It sticks a lot better. Did the same thing with the battery. Alcohol padded that. Put the Velcro on here, the loop material, and did that. I went ahead and put the batteries, the AA batteries, into the transmitter here, and the battery is also charged. I pulled it off the charger just a little bit ago, so that's ready to go. I'm going to make this short and sweet. It's pretty simple at first because we want to get right into our test flight. Found out that, if you look here, the SR is a little bit tail heavy. You might want to check out, see how it's hanging like that? It's a little bit heavy. I did another video on this. It's called Critical Balance and Battery. I actually used the Honeybee, the eSky Honeybee, to demonstrate, but it pretty much applies to all helicopters, so you might want to go back and check that video if you want more information on this. But since it's tail heavy, we want to make sure that we mount the battery pretty far forward. And then I found if you mount it, get the blades out of the way here. If you mount it right about here, I'm going to get a close-up on this in just a sec. Yeah, it's mounted there. Side view. That'll pretty much do it. And also when you put your canopy on. So let's try that once. Turn this back. Check the balance. So when you put your canopy on, that's going to be pretty well level. Maybe scoot it just a bit. Okay, so we'll strap it in. Okay, we got that on there. Make sure that your, zoom a little. Make sure that your balancing lead is out of the way here. Just kind of push it down a little bit to the side of the battery so it's not in the way of the servo. This is going to go down like that. And we'll go ahead and put the canopy on. Okay, we got the battery in. We got the canopy on. Let's check the balance one more time here. Yeah, pretty good. I could have left it a little bit more forward, but that should do the trick. All right, what I'm looking for is for the skids and the tail to come off at the same time, come off level when I'm lifting it up like that, which it's pretty much doing. Okay, so all we got to do now is we take the transmitter. Go ahead and make sure all this stuff is down, your throttle trim is down, your throttle's all the way down. Turn it on. Give it a few moments, about 5 seconds to initialize, find a clear channel. And then take this switch back here. This is your throttle hold. Push it forward, or what would be towards you. And then we'll go ahead and plug in the battery, the heli battery, to the ESC, electronic speed controller. We'll make a noise. All right, that means that your ESC is armed. And you're ready to go. So now all we got to do is just find a place to set this down, and we'll go ahead and fly it. Now, as you can see, I really don't got a whole lot of room in here. I'm just going to set the helicopter right here for now. there's not a lot of room in here, guys. If you're just starting out with the SR, if you've just come from something like the MSR, what you'll want to do is you'll definitely want to be using like a training gear. That's a really good idea, and I'm testing this out. I'm doing my first flight inside this apartment with there's very little room. I would probably encourage you not to do that. Either do it in a very large living room, or better yet the garage, or even better than that if you can go outside on a calm day. That's the best way to do it. But definitely, you know, if you're starting with this helicopter, you're coming from an MSR or a coax or something like that, you might want to have training gear. It'll do two things. It will prevent your helicopter from rolling over. That sometimes happens when you're starting with a single rotor heli. And also, if your helicopter, if you have to chop the throttle and it's a few feet in the air, and you chop the throttle and it comes down, well, that training gear is going to give it some spring and bounce, so it won't break your skids or your struts. So, real good idea right there. Have plenty of flying space. So with that said, I'm going to get the controller, get seated here, and we'll go ahead and spool it up. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and spool it up now. So I'm making sure, first off, I'm in my low rate, dual rate mode. The switch is pushed this way, back towards you. Alright, take the throttle hold off. And now we'll go ahead and spool up the helicopter. Just give it a little bit at first. Going slow. Okay, we've got it spooled up. Go ahead and start the lift off. So trim set. Having to hold a little bit of right rudder there. I'll trim this out. There we go. Around a little bit. Flying really nice, guys. Really smooth, really docile head, like everybody's been saying. That's true. Very smooth. Knocking the sticks around here, banging the sticks around, seeing how well it does. I'm going to switch to the high rate right there. Yeah, definitely more sensitive. Don't have to put in so much input for whatever you want to get done. Here. Keep it in camera view. Okay, we'll go back to the low rate. Not having to put a whole lot of input in. Very stable head.